In today's world of electrified hypercars and hybrid monsters, performance numbers are getting completely ridiculous. Cars are smashing the 0 to 60 barrier in under 3 seconds like it's nothing. Electric torque is rewriting the rules of acceleration, and manufacturers are racing to add batteries and motors to everything. But every now and then, a car shows up that reminds enthusiasts why they fell in love with performance machines in the first place. The 2026 Mercedes-AMG GT63 Pro is exactly that car. No plug-in hybrid system, no giant battery pack, no electric motors adding complexity and weight, just a massive twin-turbo V8, all-wheel drive, sticky track tires, and a chassis tuned to make drivers smile every single time they get behind the wheel. And after putting it through full performance testing and real-world driving, one thing became clear. This might be the most engaging driver's car AMG currently builds. To understand why, we need to talk about the car it sits next to in the lineup. Recently, the incredibly powerful hybrid version of this car, the Mercedes-AMG GT63 E-Performance, shocked everyone with brutal acceleration numbers. That car combines a twin-turbo V8 with an electric motor to produce an astonishing 805 horsepower and over 1,000 pound-feet of torque. It launches to 60 miles per hour in just 2.4 seconds, making it the quickest AMG production car ever tested. But there's a catch. All that hybrid technology adds serious weight. When tested, that hybrid monster tipped the scales at a staggering 4,784 pounds. That's where the new GT63 Pro enters the story. Instead of chasing even bigger power numbers, AMG engineers went the opposite direction. They removed the hybrid system completely and focused on something far more important to driving enthusiasts: balance. Under the hood sits AMG's legendary 4-liter twin-turbocharged V8, producing 603 horsepower and 627 pound-feet of torque. That might sound modest compared to the hybrid version, but the key difference is weight. Without the battery and electric motor, the GT63 Pro weighs about 4,256 pounds, more than 500 pounds lighter than the hybrid sibling. And in the world of performance cars, that difference is massive. Of course, raw acceleration still matters, and the GT63 Pro delivers serious numbers. Using launch control and AMG's 4MATIC Plus all-wheel drive system, the car rockets from 0 to 60 in just 2.8 seconds. That's slightly slower than the hybrid monster, but still firmly in supercar territory. To put that in perspective, that time puts the AMG directly in the performance conversation with cars like the Porsche 911 Turbo S, one of the fastest production sports cars ever built. The quarter mile happens in 11.0 seconds at 125 miles per hour, which again isn't quite as explosive as the hybrid version, but that's not really the point of this car. The GT63 Pro wasn't built to dominate drag strips. It was built to dominate driving. Where this car truly shines is everywhere else, starting with braking. From 60 miles per hour, the GT63 Pro stops in just 96 feet thanks to massive carbon ceramic brakes measuring over 16 inches up front, the largest brakes ever fitted to an AMG sports car. That's actually better than the hybrid model, which needed 102 feet to stop. Then there's cornering grip. On the skidpad, the Pro generates an impressive 1.14 G of lateral acceleration, easily outperforming its heavier hybrid sibling. And on the demanding figure-8 course, which measures a car's combined braking, cornering, and acceleration abilities, the GT63 Pro completed the lap in 22.2 seconds. Those numbers place it right in the territory of some of the most capable performance machines in the world. And here's the surprising part. Despite weighing more than many dedicated sports cars, the AMG never feels clumsy or disconnected. Instead, it feels alive. The steering is beautifully weighted, giving the driver constant feedback about what the chassis is doing. The balance between front and rear grip allows the car to dance between traction and slip in a way that makes every corner feel engaging. Trail braking into a corner feels natural and intuitive, allowing the nose to rotate while the rear stays planted. And when it's time to accelerate out of that corner, the all-wheel drive system sends power exactly where it needs to go. It's a driving experience that encourages skill instead of just overwhelming you with horsepower. One driver described it perfectly after a few laps. This car keeps you on your toes in the best possible way. In other words, it makes driving fun again. Another reason the GT63 Pro feels so confident is its suspension technology. AMG equipped the car with active ride control, which uses hydraulic systems to control body roll and maintain stability through corners. Combined with rear-wheel steering, the system allows this large performance coupe to feel surprisingly agile. At low speeds, the rear wheels turn opposite the fronts, helping the car maneuver easily in tight spaces. At higher speeds, they turn in the same direction, increasing stability through sweeping corners. The result is a car that feels much smaller than its actual size. But performance cars aren't just driven on racetracks, they're driven on real roads, sometimes for long distances. And that's where the GT63 Pro reveals another strength: comfort. During an extended road trip between Los Angeles and Las Vegas, the car proved to be far more livable than many extreme performance machines. The sport seats are aggressively bolstered, but surprisingly comfortable for long drives. The driving position is excellent, allowing drivers to feel connected to the car without feeling cramped. And thanks to adjustable suspension settings, the ride can transform depending on the situation. In Sport Plus mode, the suspension becomes firm and track-ready, perfect for smooth roads and aggressive driving. But switch to Comfort mode, and the car becomes far more relaxed, capable of cruising long highway distances without punishing its occupants. That dual personality is exactly what makes grand touring performance cars so appealing. They can be brutal when you want them to be, but civilized when you don't. Of course, no car is perfect. Despite its incredible driving dynamics, the GT63 Pro still carries significant weight, and that becomes noticeable if you're pushing the car extremely hard on track. Dedicated track drivers chasing ultimate lap times might prefer something lighter and more focused. There's also the matter of the interior interface. Like many modern performance cars, the infotainment and settings menus can be a little complicated to navigate quickly while driving at speed. It's not a deal breaker, but it does require some familiarization. Still, these are relatively small complaints in the context of what the car delivers. Because what the GT63 Pro truly excels at is engagement. The sound of the twin-turbo V8 alone is enough to remind you why enthusiasts still love internal combustion engines. The exhaust note is deep, aggressive, and unmistakably AMG. Every throttle input produces a surge of torque and a soundtrack that makes even a short drive feel special. And unlike some ultra-powerful cars that make drivers feel like passengers, the GT63 Pro makes you feel involved in every moment of the drive. You're not just controlling the car, you're interacting with it. That's something that can't always be measured in performance numbers. Speaking of numbers, the GT63 Pro starts at just over $203,000, and the tested example came in at around $216,000 with options.
In the world of high-performance luxury coupes, that price is actually fairly competitive. And interestingly, AMG doesn't require you to load the car with expensive options to get the full experience. Most of the performance hardware, including those massive carbon ceramic brakes, already comes standard. The only option many buyers might truly want is the front axle lift system, which raises the nose slightly to avoid scraping on steep driveways or speed bumps. Without it, the low front splitter could meet the pavement more often than you'd like. Still, the bigger story here isn't price, it's philosophy. Mercedes-AMG has made it clear that the brand intends to push further toward extreme performance in the future, developing even more aggressive models for enthusiasts. And if the GT63 Pro is the foundation for that future, things are looking very promising. Because this car proves something important. You don't always need the most horsepower. You don't always need electrification. And you don't always need record-breaking acceleration. Sometimes the best performance cars are the ones that make every drive memorable. The 2026 Mercedes-AMG GT63 Pro does exactly that. It's powerful, loud, balanced, and deeply entertaining to drive. And in a world where performance cars are becoming more digital and more automated, that kind of raw engagement might just be the most valuable feature of all.